Listen, the forecast just changed in a massive way, and what I'm seeing has me more concerned than I was 12 hours ago. Norfolk, Virginia is now looking at 12 inches of snow with guaranteed blizzard conditions, while Raleigh might get absolutely nothing. Think about that for a second. These cities are only 150 miles apart. One gets buried, the other gets basically nothing. And here's the kicker. Tampa, Florida could see snow tonight for the first time since 1977. That's 49 years ago. By the end of this video, you'll know if you're in the bullseye or the dry slot. And trust me, that difference is absolutely everything. Drop your zone number right now. 1 for heavy snow expected, 2 for light snow, 3 for brutal cold only, 4 if you're hoping for rare Florida snow. I'm replying to every single comment in the next hour, but I need to know, are you actually prepared for this, yes or no? All right, here's the deal, and I'm going to be completely straight with you about why this forecast is so incredibly tricky right now. This storm hasn't even formed yet. It's literally developing as we speak off the Florida coast, which creates massive uncertainty for everyone. I've been tracking these coastal nor'easters for 15 years, and when storms form this late and intensify this fast, the margin of error is huge. We're talking 50 miles making the difference between 12 inches of snow and 2 inches. Same storm, completely different outcome for your city. Let that sink in for a moment. Now this thing becomes what we call a bomb cyclone, which is just meteorologist speak for it's going to get really intense really quickly. When pressure drops this fast with a nor'easter this close to the coast, snowfall rates and wind speeds can literally explode in hours. Okay, here's my controversial take, and this is where I disagree with the National Weather Service's current forecast for this weekend. They're calling for widespread 8 to 12 inches across eastern North Carolina. I think that's too aggressive because of one critical factor: dry slotting. And before you click away thinking I'm using weird weather jargon, let me explain this with a visual you'll never forget. Think of this storm like a donut. The storm itself is the ring, where all the moisture and snow is happening. But there's a hole right in the middle, and if your city ends up in that hole, the moisture just disappears and you get almost nothing. But if you're on the ring, you get absolutely buried. And that's why cities 100 miles apart can have completely different snowfall totals. Remember the donut, this is going to be important later. The HRRR model, which honestly nails these coastal setups better than most, is showing a massive dry slot developing right over central North Carolina. But here's where it gets tricky. I don't think it'll be quite as severe as the HRRR shows. My gut says we'll see something in between. Some dry slotting in the morning cuts totals down, but then snow fills back in during the afternoon, creating a more widespread event. Let me show you what's happening right this second, because the stage is already being set for this weekend storm to develop. Snow showers are ramping up across the Appalachian Mountains. Nashville saw some decent snow this afternoon, with roads getting slick in several areas. But that's just the warm-up act. The real show is this offshore low that's spinning up. And by midnight tonight, it starts getting organized. Tomorrow morning, we'll have a large area of snowfall developing, possibly extending as far west as Louisiana and Alabama, with some light accumulation. But the main event is definitely the mid-Atlantic and Carolinas, where super cold air from the north slams into Gulf moisture from the south. With all this cold air rushing in, we're going to see intense lake effect snow tonight. Chicago's northwestern suburbs are already under winter storm warnings. 6 to 12 inches possible there, but honestly, folks, the Carolinas are where this thing is going to get absolutely wild on Saturday morning. Now, let me talk about what really concerns me here, and I'm going to be completely honest with you about the uncertainty we're dealing with. There's a real chance some areas see way less snow than forecasters are advertising, and I don't want you getting your hopes up for nothing. This is one of the trickiest forecasts I've seen all season because the storm hasn't formed, it's bombing out fast, and the track could shift. But I still expect widespread snow across central and western North Carolina, upstate South Carolina, and Atlanta's probably going to pick up at least something. The absolute worst conditions will be near Cape Hatteras on the Outer Banks, where blizzard conditions are basically guaranteed at this point. Saturday afternoon and evening, heavy snow is expected across Raleigh, Charlotte, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, Charleston, and Myrtle Beach. All right, stop everything. If you're watching from Florida, I need you to pay very close attention to this next part right here. Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, you might see snow tonight. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, right, we've heard this before. But listen to this. The last time Tampa saw accumulating snowfall was 1977. That is 49 years ago, almost half a century. Your grandparents might have seen it. You definitely haven't. Your kids absolutely haven't. This is legitimately once-in-a-lifetime weather. Here's the science behind it. Gulf water is 65 degrees right now, but tonight air temperature drops to 35 degrees. That 30-degree difference creates what's called Gulf effect snow. Same principle as lake effect, but way rarer because conditions have to be perfect. If this actually happens, here's what you absolutely need to do. Number 1, record everything. Videos, photos, send me your best footage. Number 2, do not drive, seriously. You have zero snow equipment down there. And number 3, the falling iguanas. Yes, this is real. When temperatures hit the 30s, iguanas go into this cold, stunned state and literally fall out of trees where they've been sleeping all night. They're not dead, just stunned. They wake up when it warms. But do not touch them because they can still bite even when they're completely frozen. This is why I absolutely love meteorology. Nature is wild. You just never know what's going to happen next with this incredible atmosphere. Now let me break down 3 different scenarios because with this much uncertainty, you need to understand the full range of what's possible here. Scenario 1 is high end if dry slotting doesn't develop much. 6 to 12 inches across the entire coastal corridor and throughout the Carolinas. Scenario 2 is what I'm leaning toward. 4 to 8 inches widespread, with some areas underperforming and others overperforming, depending on that dry slot. Scenario 3 is the official Weather Service forecast, which is more aggressive. 8 to 12 widespread. But I think dry slotting makes this less likely. My honest take? We'll see at least some dry slotting near Raleigh, cutting totals there. But if it doesn't happen, we end up closer to official forecasts. Tomorrow is all about watching this develop in real time. We're going live basically all day, so hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Before I break down the rest of the country, something just came in 30 minutes ago that honestly has me worried about what's coming next week. The latest models are showing another potential major system developing for Wednesday. Possibly even bigger than this weekend storm hitting the same areas. I'm going live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern with full details on this. So set an alarm right now because you're gonna want to see this. All right, instead of just listing every city, which would put you to sleep, I'm organizing this into 6 zones so you can find yourself quickly. Zone 1 is the bullseye. Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Outer Banks, Eastern North Carolina coast. You're getting absolutely destroyed. 8 to 12 inches minimum. Blizzard conditions are certain. If you're in Zone 1, prepare like it's the 2016 blizzard all over again. Zone 2 is the wild card. Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, Greensboro, Winston-Salem. This is where that donut hole could really mess with your forecast. Could be 8 inches, could be 2. We won't know until tomorrow afternoon when we see where that dry slot sets up. Prepare for the high end. Zone 3 is the dry zone. Richmond, D.C., Baltimore, Philadelphia, most of New Jersey. You're getting the cold, but not much snow. 1 to 3 inches max. Wind chill is your real enemy here. Zone 4 is the surprise. Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville, possible historic snow tonight. Zone 5 is the deep freeze. Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Toledo. Lake effect snow, but the real story is minus 30 wind chills. Let me put that in perspective for you. Minus 30 wind chill means frostbite in under 10 minutes. That's how long it takes to walk to your car. You could literally lose fingers in the time it takes to scrape ice off your windshield. This is not a joke. This is genuinely life-threatening. Zone 6 is the lucky zone. Entire West Coast and Southwest, you're completely dodging this mess. Go outside and enjoy that sunshine. Drop your zone number in the comments and I'll reply with specifics. Now here's what's really got me concerned beyond just the snow totals. The wind situation is going to be absolutely dangerous. We're talking sustained winds of 40 to 60 miles per hour right along the immediate coastline. Some exposed coastal areas could see gusts approaching 80 miles per hour. That is literally a Category 1 hurricane, except it's happening with snow. Let that sink in. A snow hurricane. Whiteout conditions with hurricane force winds. This is as bad as winter weather gets in the United States. Now, what's coming behind this storm is honestly going to impact way more people than the snow itself. And this is where things get really serious. One of the most significant Arctic blasts of the entire winter is about to crush the eastern United States. Temperatures dropping 40 to 50 degrees in just one day across the entire East Coast. We're talking 20 to 40 degrees below average. And this cold is sticking around for days. We're going to break dozens of temperature records. Pittsburgh could hit 20 below zero tomorrow morning. That is absolutely brutal Arctic level cold. Down south, where people and infrastructure just aren't built for this, Dallas high of only 36, Houston 38, San Antonio 40 degrees. These are near record lows. Pipes are at serious risk of bursting. Most southern homes aren't insulated for this kind of sustained extreme cold. Miami hit 62, which sounds mild but is extremely cold for them. Jacksonville 48 with those possible rare flurries we talked about. Now I need to address something really serious that's still ongoing. And this is exactly why preparation matters so much for these winter storms. Over 200,000 people are still without power right now. It's been over 5 days since that devastating ice storm hit the South. Mississippi, Tennessee, Louisiana bearing the worst. And for many families, power restoration is still multiple days away. No heat, nothing. I personally know folks in Nashville going through this nightmare right now. And this weekend's Arctic blast is going to make things exponentially worse. Temperatures dropping into single digits with no power and no heat. You've got a genuine, life-threatening emergency. This is survival-level stuff. Here's what you absolutely must do in the next few hours if you're anywhere in the impact zone. And I'm being dead serious about this. Number 1, get to the store right this second. Not tomorrow when snow is falling. Shelves will be completely empty. Go now. Number 2, charge every device to 100%. Assume you're losing power for days. Number 3, fill bathtubs with water right now. If you have well water and power goes out, you'll have zero water for anything. Number 4, test your backup heat. Make sure generators run. And this is critical. Never run generators indoors. Carbon monoxide is invisible, odorless, and it kills people every single winter storm. Here's something nobody tells you that could save your life. When power goes out, put your phone in airplane mode overnight. Your phone constantly searching for signal drains battery insanely fast. Airplane mode turns 6 hours of battery into 3 full days. This one tip saved my neighbor during the last 5-day outage. She had communication when everyone else's phones were dead bricks. Quick hits for specific cities. New York gets 0 to 3 inches, mainly flurries. Boston, 2 to 6, possible especially South Shore and Cape Cod. Buffalo, 2 to 4, lake effect. Columbus, 0 to 2 with dangerous chills. Kansas City, 0 to 1 with frigid temps. Same for Omaha and Des Moines. St. Louis, Wichita, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, all facing brutal cold with minimal snow. The Midwest freeze is the real story for you guys. Out west, Denver, 0 to 2 possible. Same for Colorado Springs, Albuquerque, Boise, Reno, all seeing cooler than average, but nothing major. Phoenix, 58 and dry. LA, 62. San Diego, 60. San Francisco, 56. Seattle, 48 and rainy, typical Pacific weather. Vegas, 52. Sacramento, 56. All the California cities staying mild and dry, while the east freezes. What a contrast. Texas, cities getting hammered with cold. El Paso, 42. Corpus Christi, 48. Laredo, 42. Lubbock, 34. All near record territory. All right, everyone, here's the rule of 3, the absolute must-remember points. I want you to screenshot this section right now. Number 1, Carolinas and Virginia, major snowfall likely, but that dry slot, remember the donut, could cut your totals in half. Anywhere from 4 to 12 inches, depending on where you are. Most uncertainty around Raleigh and Durham. Prepare for the high end. Number 2, Saturday afternoon into Sunday morning is peak danger. Blizzard conditions on the coast with winds approaching 80 miles per hour. That's a snow hurricane, folks. This is as dangerous as it gets. Number 3, Arctic blast brings historic cold, minus 30 in the Midwest. Single digits from South Carolina to New England by Monday. This is dangerous, life-threatening cold that requires serious preparation right now. Bonus, Tampa and Florida could see rare snow tonight, first time in 49 years. Falling iguana warnings in effect. This is wild. Here's what I need from you. Comment your zone number 1 through 6. Tell me honestly if you're prepared or scrambling right now. I'm personally replying to every comment for the next hour. If you have family in the Carolinas, Virginia, or Florida, send them this video. Right now, don't wait. Message them. Forecast changed. Dry slotting in play. Rare snow possible. Watch immediately. Then actually hit send. Subscribe and smash that bell. We're going live at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight with the latest models and that Wednesday system I mentioned. If this breakdown helped you understand this crazy forecast, hit that like button and share this everywhere. This thing is developing in real time. The storm hasn't even formed yet. Things will change over the next 12 hours. Check back tonight for updates. Prepare for worst case. Remember, that dry slot could either save you or completely mess up your plans. It's literally a coin flip right now for some of you. Remember those zones? Zone 1, you're getting hammered. Zone 2, it's a wild card. Zone 3, minimal snow. Zone 4, possible history. Zone 5, the deep freeze. Zone 6, you're lucky. And whatever zone you're in, take this seriously. This is dangerous weather. I'll catch you tonight at 9 p.m. for that live stream. Stay safe out there. Stay warm. Don't underestimate this Arctic blast. This is genuinely life-threatening weather we're dealing with. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and I'll see you in a few hours. One more thing before I go. If you're in those areas still without power from last week, please check on your neighbors, seriously. Especially elderly folks, people living alone, families with young kids. This cold is no joke when you don't have heat. Check on people. All right, that's it. See you tonight at 9. Be safe, be smart, be prepared. This is real, this is happening, and I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.